I was recently talking with a PR strategist in my referral network. She works with people who want to get featured on podcasts, media, TV, interviews, all the things. And she pulled me aside to ask about how she could refer to me and the agency that I work with, because sometimes her ideal clients think they're more ready for visibility than they really are. And she needs to have a trusted partner to say, hey, go talk to Chelsea so you can get your website, your media kit, all the things set up and ready so that your visibility will be more potent and profitable for your business. This conversation hit home because she's so right. Sometimes people think they just need to land a big opportunity, get a lot of eyeballs on what they're doing, and everything will be magical. Their business will blow up. But if their system, their brand, their back end, or their presence isn't ready to support that next level of exposure, it could just be a flash in the pan of excitement with no new profit to match the visibility. If you're new here, hey, I'm Chelsea. I help soul-led founders and service providers build businesses that feel like them, with structure that supports their energy, their gifts, and their next evolution. Around here, intuitive marketing means honoring your rhythm and building something that will last. I'm not here for trends. I'm here for stuff that actually works and feels good to run. You're allowed to grow your brand and business your way, so let's get going. Here's a very real life example. Someone gets invited onto a podcast and they nail that podcast interview, or maybe they get a shout out in a top tier article. Great, yay, people are Googling them, clicking to their bio, waiting to learn more. This sounds like a dream opportunity for most solopreneurs or small business owners. But I want you to really think about this in the context of your business and brand. Where would these new eyeballs be landing? If they are landing on an okay-ish Instagram feed and a 6-tab link tree in your bio, will they be impressed or know what to do next to lean into working with you? You might feel okay running your business with no clear website, no opt-in, nothing styled to reflect your authority. But when you have those bigger visibility opportunities, they might click through, click, their interest fades, and then you've lost the momentum of what that opportunity and visibility could have led to. Now, maybe you aren't quite on the far end of the spectrum of having your presence polished up, right? But do you make it easy for people to opt into your email list, get a free or low-cost first taste of what it's like to work with you, inquire to book you for speaking, join a wait list? Whatever it is that you're hoping to get more of from this exposure, you need to be thinking about the path these people will be taking once they learn about you, and make sure it not only matches the level of value that you bring to your work aesthetically, but also make sure it's so easy for someone who is interested in learning more to get into your ecosystem before they lose focus and they close the tab, right? So you don't want them to have to hope they remember to look into you more later because they couldn't quite find what they wanted within a couple clicks, and then they absolutely forget. And they wouldn't forget because you're not qualified, or they weren't inspired by what you shared on that podcast or what you shared on the TV show they were tuning into, but because your digital identity didn't reflect the power you're here to stand in, or you didn't have a way to guide them in of how they can work with you. If you're feeling a little bit called in or attacked in this, that's certainly not my intention, but I want to share this quiet truth. And let's talk about another real life example: event organizers and people who are looking to find matches for visibility opportunities, right? It's their job to find the right person to put onto an opportunity, onto a stage. And let's keep it real. As many of our clients are seeking bigger stages, whether that be physical stages, virtual stages, collaborations, or features, if there's an event planner or a podcast host and they're looking potentially, if they've got their laptop out, maybe there's 5 candidates for their next opportunity. And they're likely sitting with 5 tabs open on that laptop and clicking from one to the other. And they're doing a quick skim to see who's going to be the best fit. Now, in that quick skim, whoever has a clean, confident brand, clear messaging, a decision-ready site, easy booking or inquiry flow for them to reach out and put the opportunity in front of them, they're the ones who are going to get chosen, even if you technically have more value to offer or credentials in the space of the niche that this opportunity would be in. And I hear time and time again, people being frustrated that others who are just better marketers are getting opportunities that they're more qualified to be serving. And this is a problem that you can solve. I'm going to say this with love for the people in the back. You're not being passed over because you're not enough. You're being passed over because people can't see you really clearly. Now, I've been on both sides of this. I've spoken on big stages and been interviewed on dream podcasts, and I've experienced both sides of the coin. A couple opportunities when I honestly didn't have clear messaging or links ready, and then being on that podcast, it kind of felt awkward at the end, right? Kind of scrappy. And it didn't lead to much in my business because sometimes I would say yes to an opportunity, hoping that as a solopreneur, I would have time to get everything set up on the back end. And maybe sometimes I actually didn't. But I didn't want to miss that chance. So I would say yes. And then whatever was ready, right? But a couple opportunities I've had where I had everything dialed in, it was seamless. Because here's the deal, whether it's a physical stage, a digital stage, a summit, a workshop, a collaboration, a podcast, all these different things, right? Every host or organizer at the end of a conversation or a feature is going to say something like this. Hey, if our listeners liked what you had to share here, where can they go to learn more about what you do? Some version of that, right? That fits the venue of the opportunity. Do you have a resource, a newsletter, a next step? Hey, you mentioned, a course that you have. Can people go look into that? And when you have that next step that intuitively makes sense based on the topic that you're speaking on, maybe you have a signature method, a signature talk, a topic that you like to be brought in for opportunities on, and then there's a freebie or a low ticket offer, and boom, people are able to find it. So when you do, it changes everything. People start to take action. They stay connected. You build momentum, growing your email list, growing your inquiries. So the real talk of what you actually need before you start pitching yourself out. Here's what I wish every emerging speaker or thought leader knew. You want a clean, aligned website. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be clear and with a custom domain. So even one page with a dedicated domain, your personal branding, clear next steps, features of opportunities to work with you, right? Then a branded speaker sheet or media page with your topics, bio, past clips of you speaking on stages. One place to collect leads. So maybe speaking requests or newsletter signups, whatever your goal is for that new visibility, and making sure that your brand matches your medicine energetically, visually, leadership level wise. I'm going to keep it real. You don't need a $15,000 site to achieve this, but you do need a container that carries your presence with clarity and resonance. Let me tell you a little bit about Bonnie. Bonnie was going viral on TikTok, sharing these beautiful, insight-packed videos about developmental psychology, epigenetics, generational trauma patterns, right? Like not necessarily the sexy topics you expect to go viral, but she shares them in such insightful ways that it shifts perspectives and draws people in, and her TikTok account was blowing up. Now, she's a mom, a lecturer at UCLA, and she's absolutely brilliant. And she started getting massive attention. But it hit her. She didn't have anywhere to send people to next. She was starting to get some opportunities to bring her message and research to stages, which got her really excited, and realized a speaking career was emerging from the movement that she was creating. But she wasn't quite sure what she needed to have in place digitally, online footprint, branding, to do it all in a way that would represent her well as a professional speaker and bring her into the online marketing world. I'm so thankful she was referred to me, and we started to work together through the story and stage package that's offered through my agency, the Intuitive Marketing Collective. And now she has a grounded and gorgeous brand, messaging that still is academic, but also clear, warm, and magnetic, just like her. She has a simple, powerful one-page website where anyone can find her newsletter, speaking topics, video references, and even book her for their next event, as well as a speaker sheet and media kit to make it easy to get her name out there and support event organizers that want to inquire about speaking. And most importantly to me, I see her confidence expanding. Now, she knows she's not scrambling behind the scenes. Her presence mirrors her impact. Your era of being the invisible expert is over, if you choose to let it be. So many of the women we work with just feel like an invisible expert. They know they're powerful, brilliant even, but say, I just don't feel like I look like an expert online. And that's what Story and Stage is really all about. Yes, we build your simple website, speaker page, media kit, and email list infrastructure, but bigger than that, it's about calling in the rooms you're meant for and being visibly ready when those moments arrive. You stop hiding for a reason. You let us help you show up like you mean it. If you've been feeling this, like a next level of visibility is coming, but your online presence can't quite hold it yet, this is your invitation. The Story and Stage package is a one-time investment that builds the backbone of your speaker, author, or thought leader platform quickly, beautifully, and most importantly, aligned with who you actually are. And then, let's circle back to the beginning of this video, then you're ready to work with a PR firm or start pitching yourself out to podcasts. Your investment in this foundational work will help those higher visibility opportunities also grow your email list, your business, your community, your profitability. You've already done the work to become an expert, and you want to let the world see it for what it is. If you have interest, click the link below to learn more about the Story and Stage package or schedule a discovery call.